Well, seventh roll in on this box of dimes. I got a 2001 Canadian. And then look at that, a 1956 silver. So heck yeah, it's a Rosie and it's silver. So I'm doing good on these halves so far this year. Get back with ya. Well, still working on this first box of dimes and silver number 2 out of this box, a 1963 Rosie. So heck yeah, I'm having a good year for coin roll hunting so far. Well, I'm down to the last 6 rolls in the first box, and I just got another Rosie. Looks like a 57, so that's 3 silvers out of this box. Well, box 1 was pretty good to me. Let's see what box 2 with the dimes does. Well, box 2 was a bust. I got 3 Canadian dimes out of there, but one was a 68, but not silver. So we'll head on to box 3. Well, box 3 was a bust, except for a couple of Canadians. So hopefully there's something in here. A lot of averages, right? 1 per box. Well, I got 3 out of the first box, none out of the next 2. So with the 3 out of the first one, there'd be 1 for the first one, 2 for the second 2, and then hopefully there's 1 here. If that makes any sense to anybody. But we'll see how that holds true. Well, 8th roll in, this 4th box, I did actually get a silver. That's the first silver out of this box. So maybe the average is about 1 per box. Well, it's a 1964, so I'll take it. Hopefully there's some more in here. Well, the dimes are done, so let's see what we can do with the nickels. Well, I'm getting down to my last rolls in the first box of the nickels, and I scored a silver. Woohoo! 1945. Oh, where are ya? 1945p. So heck yeah! Woohoo! Gotta love it. Get back with it. Well, on to box 2. What I'm doing this time is just stacking them on here. Got this idea from Super Drill. I just got it from 38 to 59. And I'm just going to stack them on there from the other 3 boxes. There's the 1 silver war nickel so far. Woohoo! See if I get anything else. Alright, box 2. 3rd roll in. I got a 1944 pay. So sweet. That's 1 silver per box so far. See if I can get some more. And that was only the 3rd roll in. I got a long ways to go. Well, I just got my first foreign coin. I'm about, 8 rolls in maybe now. Not even sure where this one's from. It's 1967. I'll figure it out when I'm all done. But sweet. Something different. I've never seen one. So cool. It's 20-something. Well, alright. A little more silver. That's my second silver war nickel out of here. It's a 1945. 1945S. So that's 2 out of the second box. I'm loving it. And they're telling people stay home, everything else don't go out. We're at 0 below. Wind chills negative 25 to 35 degrees. It's just plain bad. So I'm glad I got these to go through and do. Well, the first 2 boxes have been good to me. I got 3 silver war nickels. So let's see what box 3 will bring. Well, no silver war nickels in box 3. But I did manage a 1984S. Woohoo! I'll take it. And a couple more of the older ones. But box number 4 coming up. Alright, stealing Super Drew's idea here to give shouts and videos I watch. Coin Hunting Drew. Box 1 of 2014 Buffalo Silver and much more. Well, watching that, look what I just got. I got me a 1937 Buffalo. And this is the last of the 4 boxes and the last roll. So there's always hope. But I'll get this done, then head to the 4 boxes of pennies and just do one big wrap up. Well, alright, here we go. I went through $850 worth of halves, 4 boxes of nickels, 4 boxes of dimes, and 4 boxes of pennies. And this is what I ended up with. For the nickels, I ended up with 2 1938s, 1 1938S, 6 1939s, 9 1940s, 1 1940D, 8 1941s, 2 1941Ds, 3 1942 plain ones, not the silver ones, doggone it. And then we jump up to 1944P, which is 35% silver. And then a 1945P, 35% silver. 1945S, 35% silver. And then the 1946s, I got 8 of those. 1947 times 3, 3 of those. 3 1947S's. 6 1948s, a 1948D, a 1948S. 2 1949s, a 1949D. Then over to 1951, 1951D, 1951S. And over to 52, 52D, 2 of those, 2 52S's, 53, 2 50, or, yeah, where am I at? I don't know. Anyway, a 51, 53, 2 53Ds, no 53S's, 1954, 4 1954Ds, and 1 1954S. 3 1955Ds, a 1956, 3 1956Ds, 2 1957s, 11 1957Ds, and then 1958Ds, I got 11 of those, 2 1959s, and 7 1959Ds. And for the Canadian nickels, I ended up with 25 newer ones. Then I ended up with this 1967 B mint mark Swiss 20 Rappen, or Rappen, however you say it, and 1 2009 P. So yeah, Drew, those are hard to come by. Out of 4 boxes, I got 1 2009, any mint mark. Then I got a 1972S and a really sharp 1965, and a 1984S, and then a 1937 Buffalo nickel. Woohoo! So that's all for the nickels. And I did get 8 more I needed for my book, so I'm happy about that, getting her filled up. And then for the wheat pennies, I got, the oldest was 1921. Then in the 40s, I got 15. And the 50s, I got 24 of them. And for the King George pennies, Canadian, I got a 1942, 49, 50, and 51. And then these are all the newer Canadians. I ended up with 109 newer Canadian pennies. Always get a lot of Canadians. And for the S's, I ended up with 3 1968 S's, 2 1969 S's, 6 1970 S's, 2 1971 S's, 1 1972 S, and 2 1973 S's, and 5 1974 S's. Or no, 3 1974 S's. And for the commemorative ones, I ended up with 19 of the early years with a log cabin, 13 of the formative years with him sitting on the log, and then 18 of the professional life with him by the law office or whatever you want to call it, or the Congress building. I should know that, shouldn't I? Then 5 2009 presidencies. Then for the halves, out of $850 worth, I ended up with 1 1981S and 1 2009D. And I thought those were going to be good rolls because there was at least a dozen or more that were all sorted out by dates, but unfortunately not the dates I wanted. And for the dimes, I ended up with 4 silvers, 90% silvers, 1956, 57, a 63D, and a 64D. And foreign coins, I got 1 Bermuda coin. I thought I had 2, but it was just a Canadian one, just a different one I hadn't seen. And 11 Canadian regular dimes. And for the Coinstar, when I took all the pennies back today, I ended up with 1 Canadian nickel, 3 Canadian dimes, 1 Canadian quarter. I can't remember if I said that right or not. I'll start over, but I'm not going to redo the video. 1 Canadian quarter, 3 Canadian dimes, 1 Canadian nickel, and 1 Austria, a 1987 1 shilling, and a 1988 1 penny, and a 1943 wheat penny. So that's the first wheat penny I found, I think, at in the Coinstar thing. Like I say, it won't take the Canadians and it won't take the foreign money, and I'm really surprised that one got pushed through that wheat penny. Usually those end up back in there. But of course, she had some halves for me, so I got 2 boxes of halves, and I had to go up north for a little bit to see what they had, and they had nickels, so I grabbed 3 boxes of those. So, sweet! Gotta love this hobby. Coin roll hunting too. It's just a lot of fun. I never thought I'd like doing it, but you guys are all bad influences on me, man. Just ask my wife. You got me into another habit. But it's a good one. Alright, get back with you.